Hi, this is Deadman. If you're watching this video, I assume you're old enough to see gore, violence, swearing, and general adult content. If you aren't old enough, come back with some ID.
Or a fake one.
Ugh.
It looks like I still have some work to do.
Hey, whoa! Vincent! Get out of there! I have a bad feeling about this!
Totally love how the main menu logo appears.
Good day, Mr. Valentine. Shinra Manufacturing Tactical Training Facility. Now loading Turk's Administrative Research Department Simulation Program.
The tutorial acting as a training exercise during Vincent's Turk days is a nice addition. Oh yeah, opening up on a blood moon is epic.
But Yuffie, I want you to check the Mako cannon.
Steve Bloom is always a win.
Get out of there! I have a bad feeling about this!
Oh, I have a bad feeling about this.
Vincent!
Yuffie to the rescue. Vincent is a badass. Final Fantasy being a third-person shooter is not something I expected, but it actually works pretty well, especially for a PS2 game. You get different guns to try out and different attachments to make them shoot differently. Vincent can use a consumable to temporarily turn him into his Galleon beast form.
Hail. Vice.
Hail, Andrew.
Rosso the Crimson.
This game's Step on Me Mommy character is presented by Rosso the Crimson.
Reeve, who were those men?
Deepground soldiers.
Deepground?
Yes. The shadow of the Shinra company, constructed by the former president, and completely hidden from the rest of the world.
Constructed?
His goal was to create an army of superhuman warriors, not once letting morality interfere.
Just when you thought President Shinra couldn't get any shadier than he already was.
Not even a person in your position was informed.
No. Other than the president himself, the only people who knew of Deepground's existence were most likely Heidegger, Scarlet, and the head of biochemical research, Hojo.
So, all the shady people then.
At last, the time has come to cleanse this world. The pure will be spared for the cause, while the tainted will be hunted down and exterminated. They shall be slashed, strangled, and slaughtered, beaten, stabbed, and crushed, garroted and impaled, shot and executed without mercy. The time has come to cleanse this world.
Vice is very theatric and menacing.
Use this!
Oh, yeah.
Vincent is a straight up badass, and you can't change my mind.
Your WRO.
Who's asking?
Vincent Valentine. Reeves sent me.
My apologies. Shalua Rui of the WRO.
Shalua's a badass lady.
Hand it over now, and I'll kill you quickly. Not one to bargain, are we? Then I'll make sure you suffer.
Negotiation skills? Vincent channeling the power of chaos is awesome.
Talk! Why did you let this happen?
Silence!
You!
Silence! Why? Why can't these people just keep quiet?
Hojo, as always, is a skeevy jackass.
The bastards are using stealth camo to ambush you.
The day they came to take me away, I was told I had potential. But those words were nothing but a precursor to a decade of suffering. They manipulated my mind until I was a shadow of my original self. The pain, the fear. For 10 years I lived in a hell far deeper than any you could imagine. But look at me. I should be 19 this year. If I don't receive my daily dose of Mako, this body wouldn't last a day.
Shulk's backstory is, well, it's tragic. Being stuck in the body of a child, unable to physically grow, and tied to needing to consume Mako. It's a wonder she's not insane.
That's the price Shalua has paid fighting Shinra for the past 10 years. She has given more than her arm, more than her eye. She has put her life on the line, time and time again. All to find her lost sister. More than half her organs have been reconstructed. Not a day goes by when Shalua doesn't suffer the pain of 100 souls.
Good gods, did she attempt human transmutation?
You may think this is the end, but
this is the end, friend.
Oh, I apologize. This is the first time I have ever met anyone from the Turks. Lucrezia Crescent. Pleased to make your acquaintance, Mr. Valentine.
there's no clean way to put this in the script, but Lucrezia is so two-faced in Dirge of Cerberus. She goes back and forth between being nice to Vincent and being super annoying.
We get a playable Kate Sith section that acts as a stealth mission.
Omega. The end. Just as all other sentient beings. He too was born of the life stream. However, his only purpose is to cleanse the planet of all things living and lead their immortal souls through the abyss of ether to a new beginning, far, far beyond the never-ending sea of stars.
Can we just have, like, 5 minutes without something trying to destroy the planet?
Tis not every day you are granted a chance to cleanse the world of all life.
That's a good thing, though, right?
I'm sorry. Were you not expecting her?
No, you rude hussy. I wasn't.
Wutai, flee!
Yuffie to the rescue.
Is it true
Is what true?
that Lucrezia, that Dr. Crescent is to take part in this project?
It's true. Why are you so surprised?
But using your own child for an experiment?
Ha! I don't know what you're implying, but both of us are scientists. We know what we are doing.
Hojo continues to prove how much of a greaseball he is by subjecting children to his horrific experiments.
No. I'm the one to blame. I couldn't stop you that day.
Through the flashes from before, it showed us that Sephiroth was Lucrezia and Hojo's child, and that Vincent had tried to stop them from experimenting on their unborn child. I'm sure in some ways Vincent feels responsible for the state of things in general. If he had been able to stop Hojo and Lucrezia, Sephiroth wouldn't have gone insane and tried to destroy the world. So yeah, he's feeling a lot like Atlas right now, with the weight of the world on his shoulders.
I am the champion of the earth and the sky. I am the conqueror of evil. The single white rose of Wutai. Yuffie Kisaragi! Feast your eyes on... Whoa! 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 Ow! Ow!
Yuffie is always a delight.
So, where are we?
Come on, aren't you at least a little concerned?
Oh, Yuffie. It's been a while.
Vincent is so unbothered by Yuffie's shenanigans.
How's your head?
Could you at least pretend to be sympathetic? I've been waiting a long time to get my hands on those Deepground punks. They've had their way long enough. Now it's time to give them a taste of pain a la Yuffie. Just give me 3 minutes with those guys. No, make it 2. Well, maybe 3. Or 4. Well, it really depends on how many there are, but I think if there was 5, I could probably take them in 2, or 2 and 5, or 3 and 4.
Yuffie is such a spaz, even the subtitles gave up on her ramblings.
We have 10 years to catch up on. I'm not going to let this end here.
Shalua!
Why are you doing this? You can still get through. Huh? Go on! Shulk! I'm sorry. I'm sorry I wasn't a better sister. I'm sorry I let you suffer for so long. Vincent, take care of her, will you?
Wait.
Shulk, I'm glad I was able to find you. And remember, I'll always love you.
Self-sacrifice. heartbreaking self-sacrifice.
She was a fool.
You have no right to call her that!
Get her, Yuffie!
Hey, Vincent! Long time! Captain! Oh, sorry about that. As much as I'd like to sit down and reminisce about old times, you'll have to take a rain check. Why don't you have a look around my bird until the meeting?
Sid is always a delight.
Deepground. It used to be a medical facility for injured soldier troops. Military personnel would be sent there for care and rehabilitation. However, over time, it evolved into a laboratory for madmen content on ignoring all laws of man and nature. And supposedly, this evolution took place because of the existence of one rogue soldier. A man known only as G.
Shinra ended up doing something shady. Who could have guessed? Also, that's a fun Easter egg for the future prequel of Crisis Core.
But you don't have to worry. You'll be safe in my hands. Wait a minute. Where did this button come from?
This level was exceptionally annoying as you're needing to talk to multiple people, and there's no prompt on who you need to talk to next.
While retaining consciousness, I project an image of myself into a virtual reality called a network. I can also use this ability to negotiate with data on the subconscious planes of sentient life forms.
Shulk knows how to Matrix.
I see it.
Time to go, Fenrir.
Cloud and Tifa continuing to wear their Advent Children outfits is a win.
Before she takes her final breath, the pure life streams that flow freely beneath her crust will be brought together into one. By Omega, the ultimate life form. His purpose? To gather all life, sentient and non, and lead it into the sea of stars, where it will embark on a fabulous journey along a road untraveled.
While that sounds amazing in theory, I don't think that plan sounds fun at all.
Omega is the same type of life form as the weapons we encountered 3 years ago. The planet gave birth to these creatures to protect itself, just as the planet will ultimately give birth to the final weapon, Omega, when the end of the world is imminent. In essence, Omega is an elaborate safety mechanism designed solely to maintain and protect the flow of life.
While the plan may not be fun, if humans weren't so garbage at not destroying the planet, we wouldn't even have to worry about multiple world-ending threats.
By slaughtering thousands of innocent souls, they are creating a pure life stream in order to trick the planet into thinking the end is near.
Oh man, that's dirty. Vincent trying to keep his monster in check and getting the horror point of view is a chilling scene.
Listen up, because I'm only going to say this once. If any more of you are killed by those punks, I'll drag you back from hell and kill you again. You really want to piss off those SOBs, then why not try staying alive? That's what this war's all about. If you live, everybody behind you lives. If you die, they die. You got that? Now go kick some Deepground ass!
Sid, master of pep talks.
Advance squad away. Secondary squad, prepare for drop.
Shulk acting as the guy in the chair for the entirety of the WRO is awesome. Russell versus Cloud is awesome, no matter how short-lived it was. Midgar Assault section, there's not a lot going on, but we do get to revisit the train graveyard.
And what do we think we are doing?
I don't really know. However, since coming here, I've realized one thing. I don't want to let down anyone who's counting on me.
Aww, Shulk learned the power of friendship. Never before has someone having full use of their arms terrified me like this.
What? You got through? Yo! Vincent! You still alive?
Of course he is. We're talking to him, aren't we? And do you really have to shout right next to my ear?
Feel the wrath of Azul the Cerulean!
Alrighty then. Azul's limit break makes him turn into a behemoth. Nag! Brown pants!
My darkness would have no control over you, would it? So I must try a different dance. How about...
Even in a world where fear and despair reign over the heavens, you must never forget, where there is shadow, there is always light. That's right! Bask in my rays, evildoers! Feel the radiance of Wu-Tai Super Ninja, Yuffie Kisaragi, back and ready for action!
My brother calls.
Even Nero doesn't know what to make of Yuffie's random nonsense.
Now, let me see if I've got this. You keep going, find Nero and Vice, and smack them into next Tuesday. And while you're cleaning house, I sneak into the reactor and shut her down! Haha! Sounds like a plan!
Short, sweet, to the point. I like it.
I don't want to see the world end. I just don't want there to be any more pain.
That's quite possibly the most relatable line ever. Vice has the greatest villain laugh of all time, and you can't change my mind.
You shot Church, you team-killing fucktard!
3 years ago, while I was still running about looking for Sephiroth, I took it upon myself to distribute my data, my mind, my knowledge, my inner being, across the worldwide network. And even though my body had died, and the world had been left in ruin, I survived in a virtual reality. When the network was restored, the scattered data regrouped and I was reborn.
He went full Matrix on his contingency plan, and I respect that.
A neo-reunion, you could say. You.
That's right, boys! It's me! I'm sorry. Let us do this right. Hello, Vincent. How long has it been? 3 years?
I did not see that coming.
Hojo. I've heard enough.
awesome, and it shows that Vice/Hojo has some serious skills. Omega's appearing is incredibly bad, but it's a bitchin' way to be summoned in.
Take this, Vincent.
Well, Lucrezia wasn't a complete shit. She came in clutch with the final power-up. You actually get to play as Chaos-infused Vincent for an entire level, and it's badass.
Sorry about the wait.
Kept you waiting, huh?
Everything's clear over here.
They're all yours now, Vincent!
All in a day's work.
Fire. And just in time.
When did I start caring so much about what happened? The rest is up to you.
Guess I have no choice. It's time to save the world.
I love that Vincent gets his own moment similar to Advent Children, where the entire party assists him and provides a morale boost. Gak's song Longing, making it into the game while you're on your way to the final stage, is badass and a huge win. Yeah, these two are bona fide badasses. Fighting a magical world-ending mech would go on my gamer resume. sacrifice. Honestly, with Dirge in the title, was it really surprising?
Vincent. It has been almost a week since that day. The life stream has returned to the planet and has begun to flow normally once again.
Shulk lets us know our sacrifice meant the planet could continue living on in peace. You know, until the next world-ending nonsense comes along.
Everything's alright now. Omega and Chaos have returned to the planet.
Okay, but like, you knew they weren't actually gonna kill off Vincent.
It is not yet time for slumber. We still have much work to do. My brother.
If you collected all of the G reports through the game, you get the secret ending teasing Genesis. Technically, with what we know from Crisis Core, this should break some bits of canon. But you know what? If I get more Genesis, I ain't complaining. Also, Robin Atkin Downs voiced him in the segment. Dirge of Cerberus was actually a lot of fun. I had assumed going into it I was going to be dreading playing, but I actually had a fun time with it. I haven't played many third-person PS2 games, if any at all, and was surprised by how well the gameplay held up. Granted, at times it was a slog to get through, but that's more attributed to some areas just having a metric fuck ton of enemies. The story of Dirge of Cerberus would be my biggest complaint. There's parts of it that don't make sense, and I cannot stand Lucrezia's back and forth. It's not a bad story overall, but of the media in the compilation, it's my least favorite. That last Showdown is pretty epic though, I can't deny that. The music was composed by Masashi Hamazu, and it's so wonderfully Final Fantasy, and specifically 7, I love it. Without looking it up, I would have assumed that it was Nobuo Uematsu. It's that damn good. I don't think there's any specific track that I could pick out, like One Winged Angel, but it was all fantastic to listen to. And there's the honorable mention of Gact with Longing and Redemption making it into the game. Like I said already, third-person gunplay is surprisingly good for a PS2 game. I rarely had any issues with the aim assist when playing the game. If the target was in range, you'd snap to it without much fuss, which is good since it is a pain to precisely aim with the PS2 controls. Although, fun fact with that is you can actually hook up a mouse and keyboard. What's to say of the graphics? For a PS2 game, they hold up well, which is why art style will always trump graphical fidelity. Everyone looks very much like what their portrait and old 3D model would look like. In closing, I don't know if I'd recommend Dirge for the story alone. Hell, that Genesis cliffhanger alone is puzzling, even if it was supposed to be a sneak peek at Crisis Core. I'd definitely say it's worth a playthrough if you like your slightly jank PS2 games. Thank you for watching, and try not to die out there.
We still have much work to do. My brother.
Chaos, 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 chaos.